Good day everyone, my name is Nicole Casimero and I am going to report about the economic globalization. First, what is economic globalization? Economic globalization is the spread of trade, transportation, and communication systems on a global scale in the internet of promoting international commerce. So, economic globalization is all about trade, transportation, and communication. In general, economic globalization broadly refers to the increasing integration of national economies around the world, particularly through trade and financial flows. When talking about economic globalization, there are two different types of economies you should know about: the protectionism and trade liberalization. The number one form of economy is protectionism. Protectionism is protecting one's economy from foreign competition by creating trade barriers. These trade barriers are usually tariffs, which are required fees on imports or exports. So, protectionism is a type of trade policy by which governments attempt to prevent or limit competition from other countries. For example, if a U.S. manufacturer produced goods domestically that were more expensive than foreign imports, the government might enact tariffs or import taxes that boost the price of the foreign-made products. Trade liberalization is the act of reducing trade barriers to make international trade easier between countries. Trade liberalization promotes trade, which allows countries to trade goods with regulatory barriers or their associated costs. This reduces regulation, decreases costs for countries that trade with other nations, and may ultimately result in lower consumer prices because imports are subject to lower fees and competition is likely to increase. How to make trades more easier? Number one is free trade. Trading of goods and services between two or more countries without tariffs or taxes. Second is trade bloc. Agreement between governments to reduce or eliminate trade barriers. Next is outsourcing. Subcontract work. To buy labor or parts from a source outside a company or businesses rather than using the company's staff or plant or factory. The institutions of globalization. Number one is World Bank. World Bank provide low-interest loans, zero to low-interest credits, and grants to developing countries. This supports wide array of investments in such areas as education, health, public administration, infrastructure, financial and private sector development, agriculture, and environmental and natural resource management. The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, is an organization of 189 countries working to foster global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and reduce poverty around the world. The World Trade Organization is the only international organization dealing with the global rules of trade. Its main function is to ensure that trade flows as smoothly, predictably, and freely as possible. So, the benefits and drawbacks of economic globalization. For World Trade Organization, the benefit is to solve trade disputes between countries in a peaceful ways, but it only focuses on developed nations. It lowers the cost of goods and services for those developed nations, but to achieve low cost, labor rights, and environmental concerns are ignored. It promotes economic growth in developed countries, but it favors the rich nations and powerful transnational cooperation. The sustainability of this is that it is the degree to which the earth can provide resource for human needs. And for the sustainable development, it is specifically developing the world in a way where the needs of present-day generations are met while preserving resources for future generations.